What up, people and folks, kings and queens? What's good? It's good to see y'all again. Today is January 9th, 2017. And it's back to school day for the kids. My kids went back to school today. For Christmas break. Which sucks for all the kids out there. I know how much y'all just wanted to stay home for Christmas and play with your Christmas gifts, but oh well, you gotta learn. I had to do it when I was a kid, and y'all gotta do it now that you're kids. But it made me think of something, man. I was thinking when I was a kid, I remember going back to school after Christmas break, and all my friends and everybody would be bragging about how great their Christmas was, all the toys and gifts that they got for Christmas, and they can't wait to play with their gifts and invite their friends over to play with their gifts. And now, for a couple of them years, I just felt left out, man. You know, it's a pretty fucked up feeling when Santa don't come to your house. Now, I mean, for me, it wasn't because of religious reasons. It wasn't because of religious reasons. It was because of economic reasons. You know what I mean? I grew up pretty poor. There was a couple of them Christmases where we didn't have shit. And that would be a horrible feeling, man. You go back to school and everybody bragging, talking about what they got. And I remember I used to just make up shit. I'd be like, yeah, I got a Super Nintendo, I got a Mario and Luigi game, I got this, I got that, I got a bike, I would just make shit up. And then my friends would come to my house and be like, yo, I thought you said you had a Super Nintendo. And I would have to make some other shit up. I'd be like, yeah, you see, what had happened was the machine wasn't working properly, so we had to take it back to the store, and they didn't have another one, so they gave us our money back. They told us as soon as the factory makes another one and ships it to the store, then I'll be able to go pick up my new system. I would just make up all kinds of shit. That way they wouldn't know that I was too poor to get anything for Christmas. But shout outs to my mom for always making it happen, man. Even the days where we didn't have anything for Christmas, we were always happy. We were always laughing and enjoying life, or at least trying to enjoy life. Money ain't everything. Remember that. But yeah, pretty much the theme of the vlog today I wanted to talk about was empathy and people not feeling for others. I mean, people just not having empathy for others. Like, I know when you go to school, you want to brag and you want to show off all your new stuff, and part of getting cool stuff is being able to share it with other people. But just keep in mind, not everyone has that. Not everyone is as lucky as you are. Just take that into consideration. You know, it's kind of fucked up to be thrown into someone's face how great your Christmas was and they didn't even have a Christmas. But that's just what it is. Yeah, man, something crazy happened to me this week. I was sitting at home, and I heard some noise outside. I heard like some screaming outside, or some arguing or something, so I thought people were fighting. And I opened my balcony door, and I see a dude across the street. There's a guy across the street, and he's screaming, and he's waving down cars. He's flagging down cars, and people are just going right past him. I look closer. The dude's whole face is just covered in blood, man. Yeah, blood everywhere. Blood on his neck, blood on his coat. He was just covered in blood, like pretty much all the way down to his waist. And it was like negative 10 degrees on Saturday, man. It was freezing outside, and just imagine this dude's whole face is wet. His body's all wet, and he's in the freezing cold. I don't know how long he was out there for, but everybody was just passing him up, man. At one point, he was laying in the middle of the street, like literally laying in the middle of the street on his knees and his hands on the floor and his face on the floor, and people were going around him. Cars were going around him because people just don't have empathy, man. If the problem isn't hurting them, if it's not directly affecting them, they don't care about others, man. That's one thing I've noticed about a lot of people out here is If they're not benefiting from it in some way, these people won't help you, man. And we need to change that. I know I wasn't really raised. I wasn't taught from my parents to be the way that I am. I think it was just my circumstances and the shit that I went through that made me who I am. And more people need to be like that, man. More people need to be out there for, just help your fellow man. Anyways, to get back to the story, no one was helping the dude, so I put my shit on, I put my coat on, put my sweatpants on, and I ran out. I ran out the door to help the guy. And by the time I got outside, he was already a block and a half down. I had to run down there and chase him and tell him, sit down, bro, sit down, just relax. But he was like delirious. He couldn't hear anything I was saying. I was telling him, let's, go inside somewhere warm. Try to go inside one of these apartment complexes or something. Let's go inside where it's warm. And he was just, oh my God, I don't know. It's cause they left me. All my friends, they left me. I'm telling him, did you get attacked? What happened to you? I couldn't tell if he was drunk and he fell or what. But yeah, man, this dude he was all fucked up. And eventually the police came. Someone must have called the police. Because I didn't even think to bring my phone with me when I went out there. I would have called them myself. Well, someone called the police, and yeah, right away the cops pulled up. Of course, what do they want? Throw someone in jail, trying to get someone arrested. Who did this to you? Where's he at? Did someone attack you? Did someone rob you? And all this. Meanwhile, I'm just thinking, just help the guy, Put the guy in your car where it's warm. First, try to help the guy before you try incriminating somebody. I know police officers, that's your job, is to put people in jail, but god damn, man. Help the guy out a little bit first. And, the cops really didn't seem like they were helping him too much. They were talking to him for like 10 minutes and got to the point they started asking me questions. Oh, who are you? What are you doing here? And I don't play them games, so I walked away. I left once I seen that he was in good, I don't know about good hands, but he was taken care of. And the ambulance came and took him away. And it made me think, man, there's so many people that just would rather look the other way than help their fellow man, and it's sad. It's so sad. It's a lot of the time, it's people you respect, too. It's people that are held to a high regard, The police officer's job is to protect and to serve, but they were just trying to get somebody arrested. They were just trying to throw somebody in jail. It reminds me of another situation that I remember hearing about. My girl told me about her mom. My girl's mom and her brother, so my children's grandmother and my children's uncle. They were walking down the street and their bike had broke. The chain came off the bike, They were riding the bike, and it was just the mom, who's a small old lady. She's maybe 5'1", 5 foot. She's really small lady, older lady. And at this time, the kid was like, Oscar was like, I think 10, 11 years old. He was real young, so he didn't know how to put the chain on the bike. So they thought, oh, we're close to the fire department. Why don't we just go in front of the firehouse and ask the guys, ask the people in the fire department to help us out, So they see in front of the fire department, I don't know how it is in different towns, but around here, in front of the firehouse, the firefighters are usually sitting outside. If it's nice outside, they'll have some chairs pulled up or something. They'll be eating their food. Just enjoying the day rather than being locked up inside the fire department. They come outside, they hang out front. And she came by on the bike, and no one would help her, man. No, none of the firefighters would help her. She literally had to carry the bike all the way to her house because she couldn't figure out how to get the chain back onto the bike. And a firefighter, come on, man, that's your job. That's what that's not your job. Your job is to put out fires and save people. But when you see an old lady in need and help or something, why can't you help her out, man? Lend a hand. It's easy for you to put a chain back on a bike. That's simple shit. For her, it's difficult. It's hard as hell. But a lot of times people won't help you unless it directly benefits them in some way. You know. And sad. We got to start helping each other, man. We need to be here. We need to be here for each other. We need to, God. There's only one earth, and God put us on here to, we have to share this earth. I'm not necessarily the most religious person in the world, but just help your fellow man. If anyone that sees this video, if you take anything from it, just help your fellow man. If he's in need, give him a hand. It won't take too long. You're not going to get hurt. You'll be alright. And even if you do, at least you did it for a good cause. At least you can die saying, that's an honest way to die. At least you can die saying, being proud, I did something to help someone else, and that's how I died. That's how I passed away. Because my girl was saying, oh, that guy could have been a murderer. You don't know what happened to that guy. Maybe someone kicked his ass, and then they're going to see you trying to help him, and then they're going to come for you and try hurting you, try killing you. But that's a risk I'm willing to take, man, just because I'll put my neck out there. I'll put my neck on the line to help my fellow man. And I hope the rest of you guys do, too. That's it for today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out, YouTube.